Okay then, welcome to today's video, and here I am with my friend Andy.
Hello again.
And we're off to the Exeter Matford Toy Fair. It's been a while, hasn't it? It must have been, I don't know, 5 months, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, August, yeah, probably about August, September, October.
Yeah. 4
to 5 months since our last trip to Matford, and once again it's on a Saturday. Quite nice, fresh weather today. There was ice on the car this morning.
It was a very crisp, sunny morning. Yeah.
Which we were not really expecting. And the show was a sellout, dealer-wise. All the stalls were taken, according to the organisers, and it looked normal sort of size. I don't know about you,
pretty much.
But it was pretty much sold out. And this show here is 1 week, almost to the day, until it's shipped to Mallet, which is in the same neck of the woods, you know. Yeah. So, but as usual, we do a little systematic tour of the most interesting stalls for us, anyway. And there was quite a bit to see. Nice to see these action men here, actually.
Yes,
original ones.
Yes, there was a busy fair as well.
It was busy.
Once the doors opened.
Huge queue. So we were quite lucky once again. The organisers let us get in early so I could do some filming before it got a bit too crazy. And so we were in about 9:30, and the doors opened at 10:30, and there was a huge queue outside. I went out and had a look, and it was busy, and it soon filled up, didn't it?
It did.
You know? And I was pleased to see, by the look of it, the dealers were actually having a bit of business. So, there was people. They brought some money. I guess it's payday for a lot of people fairly recently. So it was a good day to hold the fair.
Yep. As usual, a lot of train stuff, a lot of new die-casts, as you can see. But there were some pretty decent vintage stalls.
There was indeed a few people I'd never seen before at the show.
Yeah.
Which is always good to see.
Yeah. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
Here we go, as usual. Plenty of odds and sods.
That's it. And a lot of the stalls are like that, aren't they? They are just... they are a complete mishmash of stuff, you know. Yeah, and that's fine. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. But there's some nice, quite vintage stuff. They were just Brewing Boys.
Yeah.
Game there. There were other Brewing Boys stuff as well. This is stuff from like the 30s.
Really?
Yeah,
30s stuff.
Bit of stuff.
Yeah.
A bit of stuff like that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It's funny. It is quite there is just such a mixture of stuff at these sorts of shows nowadays, isn't there? And you can see it's because it's spanning so many generations.
It was, yeah. I think the Brewing Boys goes back earlier than the 30s, come to think of it. But there was some of that stuff around. There was always a little bit, but there seemed to be more this time.
And it does sort of reflect the sort of people who are going to the shows.
Yeah.
And the the younger audience creeping in, I suppose. Hence, loads more Lego. I mean, stacks of Lego. Yeah. It's definitely a force to be reckoned with now, isn't it? Yeah. Lego, and it's part. You always see 1 or 2 stalls at every single show now. Yeah. But I think there was about 4 at this show that just did Lego, and it's what people are into. You know, so
it is. Yeah, a lot of people in the sort of 20s and 30s collect Lego.
Yeah,
if they're into into collecting toys, it tends to be Lego.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's got a long life.
Yeah,
that's a nice set. That.
Yeah.
That's the Doctor's set.
On tonight.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of didn't see a lot of Doctor Who at the show. That's a bit, but not lots.
No, not real vintage stuff.
No, a couple of. I think I saw a nice 80s jigsaw that I'd forgotten all about.
It's like Peter Davison.
Yeah.
With the Master, yeah.
What a mash-up that was. Well, I'm sure we've got it on video. At least I'm pretty sure I filmed it. So with a bit of luck, we'll see that in a minute. Yes, I did spot that one. Yeah. So here we go again. Yeah. A few dealers I caught actually whilst they were setting up, and I went back later on. Mm-hmm. So they're not quite. It's not quite in order as you come into the hall, but it's not a million miles off. Right. You know, as you would have come in and walked around, really. Yeah. If you'd have been there, and you might see something that you regret not being there for now. So, oh, God. But if that's the case, don't forget, Shepton is literally a week away, and a lot of these dealers will be at that show as well.
Yeah, and more.
Yeah. There it is. It's the very jigsaw, yeah. And a lot more, absolutely. About another third more, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, quite a bit to see and get through this time. Even this time round, there was loads. So I've tried to show the best of it, the busiest stalls,
the interesting
and
stalls,
the really nice vintage stuff, as best I can.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, there was a bit of sun coming in. Did you notice that?
Yep.
So the way the sun was, I guess it's the time of year.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were filming, there was quite a bit of sun coming in. So I had a few bits there are a bit sunny in this particular video, but not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. This guy had some nice catalogues.
He does, yeah.
God, loads of them.
I think we had a look
Must be one of his specialties,
Yeah.
He's got loads of them there.
Yeah.
Nice prices, but at the same time, he's got the stock. If he wanted something, he had.
Lots.
They were there in bulk, in numbers there. So yeah, not too bad at all.
Very good. So there we go. Lots of budgie ones.
Budgies, yeah.
All sorts.
A few earlier Matchboxes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few there. There was some lower grade stuff as well.
Right.
A few borderline bits. And some at just crazy prices. Like those there, much, much more than I would be willing to pay.
Yeah.
Seemed very expensive compared to a store that I did eventually buy some. Much, much more competitive than I thought, and than the rest of them. And that's what it's all about, it's finding a bargain at these shows, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what we like to do. And when there's that sort of competition, you can't outprice yourself, can you? And I think anybody who collects Matchbox will think that these prices are a little on the steep side.
They do seem to be.
Yeah. They're more like 20 to 30, not 30 to 40 sort of price. They're all a bit over the OTT.
Right on the upper edge, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure the conditions that is there, but even so, we are discerning collectors, aren't we? That's what it is.
Sure are.
Not tight. We're just discerning, and we like a bit of value for money.
Try not to be tight.
No.
Nice Chipperfield's items there.
Actually, yeah, and I haven't actually got that one. But it was it was 250, which once again it wasn't pristine for that, so I wasn't tempted. I hadn't come looking for a Chipperfield, but there wasn't a lot there. There was some loose stuff as usual, but there wasn't stacks of it. The loose stuff I did see was actually dirt cheap. Big sets for like a tenner.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I was tempted to pick them out, but yes, just stick to mint boxed, and you won't go far wrong. More stalls of train stuff and that.
Yeah, that's always.
Lots and lots of that.
Yeah.
Into your trains, always plenty to see at Matford.
There's Lego City.
Yeah, a bit more Lego stuff. Yeah. And the little figures, so collected now.
That thing.
It's just like it's a proper Lego carrying case, but you can have, put your best figures in, I suppose, on display.
Okay.
I think that's the idea behind it. I said there was plenty of Lego. There was no way around it, But being a Saturday, they're going to get some kids in, and I would imagine there'll be some youngsters who pick that stuff up.
Yeah.
Better die casts here.
Yes, it was quite a selection of old die casts, this seller.
Yeah.
He's not cheap.
No, but he's got the gear.
He's got some.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Some nice stuff.
There's the Corgi Club ones, 2 for 50. Seems to be about the going rate on them now.
Is it?
Yeah, about £25 across the board. Some are probably worth more than others. This guy we know, don't we?
Yes.
He was at the Plymouth show.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought he had a really nice store.
Yeah, he did.
Indeed.
Action Man in a Plymouth Argyle shirt there.
Is that what that is?
The green one there's Plymouth Argyle.
Argyle, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that an original or a reissue?
No, that's something made it.
Yeah, homemade sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested in books, the TV21 diary we spotted, didn't we?
Yes, from 1970. Yeah. Anderson did do a more recent version of that some years back. Yeah, but there it is.
Yeah.
Don't see that very often.
No, you don't. No. Nice to see it at a show.
Yeah.
It's a good little stall. That nicely presented as well.
Pieces,
really nicely laid out compared to some.
Yeah.
Which are quite hurriedly put together. Yeah.
plenty of this stuff, as always.
Yeah, there was stacks of it. And not all of it big money,
No.
Lots of some stores are really cheap.
Yeah, I don't know what these sailor dolls were.
No, I don't know. Just unusual. And
2 lots of them.
Yeah.
Much about them. Yeah, again.
There was only Kojak Buick I saw today. Still on the lookout for a nice one.
Yeah, he's had that on the last few fairs. It's not moving.
It needs to lower price if it's because of the condition. But.
Yeah.
Thomas books there, £1 each. Awesome. There's a few people with books, but I didn't spot anything today that was worth getting.
Not anything stunning. No.
That seller with the Britain's catalogue was back, I noticed.
Yes.
Remember you got that great Britain's book last time?
Yes, he was there again.
He had a couple more of those left, I noticed. So whether they'll be gone by the end of the show, I'm not sure.
It's a good book, that. Obviously now I've had a chance to have a real good look through it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just the catalogues.
Yeah.
If you're into Britain's, it's
fantastic.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was that little diorama that they put on.
The farm layout, which is pretty amazing.
It is amazing.
It's there every time.
Yeah.
So I'm used to seeing it, but it's
It's still quite an interesting one, isn't it? Some nice old board games
Wendy
there
game.
as well. Yeah, I saw that, But some nice old board games. There's another store with some nice ones later on, actually.
Bendy Charlie Chaplin, because a couple of Charlie Chaplin items there.
Yeah.
One I did have a look at, I might get a glimpse of it later. I was quite tempted by it. But, here we go again.
Yeah.
It's just endless tables and stuff. And,
it just shows that there's a lot of it out there, and it pays to be picky.
Yeah.
I mentioned to you the other day about the Corgi Model Club. When you read the little cards, it tells you about the production run.
Yeah.
And even something quite seemingly obscure had and this back in 1964 sold 900,000 units.
Yeah.
900,000.
Yeah. The Great Book of Corgi has the rough sales figures. For each car they did.
So you do realise how many potentially were made and how many potentially have now survived.
Yeah.
And you realise that perhaps this stuff isn't as rare as we think sometimes.
It depends on the condition.
What's rare is the condition. Yeah, it's finding it in nice nick. Now this guy, I imagine, is going to have a busy day because you look at these and look at the price and it looks really, really keen. Not overly... and everything's clear. It's literally clear, you're not having to scrounge around looking for stuff. I think this guy will do well.
Oh.
The couple of Chipperfields there, they were like a tenner.
Right.
For those, for loose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for that, just for the loose ones. So, I think this guy will do all right today.
Price to sell, fancy
that's
that.
it, Novel. So he wants to clear out, and that's the way to do it at these shows. If you want to do some business, I think that's the way you want to do it. Nice, clear, bold pricing, and price it keenly. So people think that's a good price.
Yeah.
A few stalls like this, which is, people who maybe collected in the 90s, deciding to thin out now, 20 years later. That's a sort of, you see that 20-year rule, don't we? You've seen it many times before.
There's plenty.
And I think there was a few people like that there. Yeah. Saying that, the sort of the 90s and early 2000s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yet more Lego. It's ironic, but they have a Lego show in Plymouth, and they don't have this many dealers.
Strange.
I know it's exhibitors, not actually people selling it.
Oh, right.
So it's people who've made massive, incredible displays out of Lego that they brought to show off, rather than people there.
Dealers.
Dealers, there are some, of course, but not like this, And I think those dealers would do very well at the Lego shows, because they have one or two in Plymouth, don't they, each year now?
Yes, they do.
Crazy. Not much in the way of the vintage Lego that we might have had as a kid.
I'm not spotting any. Not that I have a keen eye for that sort of stuff, but
no, I didn't see any space Lego today.
Did you not?
No, I do have half an eye out on that, but.
All sorts of odds and sods on this one. It's a nice figural old vintage Airfix kits there. Which I don't see so much of.
Yeah.
Henry VIII and Grenadier underneath it, I think.
Yeah. There was a store which had some Airfix today, and I had a quick flick through, but the store that was there last time, which had a whole load of them, I think they have either sold them or they just weren't there today. But they may be at Shepton next week, of course.
You don't see the figural.
No, I don't know those very well,
no,
to be honest.
The rarest one's the Boy Scout.
All right, a kit of that,
yeah? They did a Boy Scout kit and didn't sell.
No.
Consequently, no, it's very rare.
Interesting. Yeah, that's all Chipperfield, loose Chipperfield stuff. Yeah. So there is plenty of it around if you're into restoring and that.
Yeah.
Which I know some people love doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So not a skill I've got, or the patience to do it.
No.
But some people do it really well, don't they?
Yeah, it's great.
They do it in alternative colours, which I quite like. The old Corgi bubble car.
Yeah.
You often see, if you go on eBay and have a look for the Corgi bubble car, the original one, they only did it in about 4 different colours. They're like, 20 to 30 quid for really mint ones, But then you see all the bootleg ones done in different, there's like silver ones and gold ones.
Oh, right.
People do black ones, and they're really good, They've done a good job on them. If you collected one particular car, you could get a few variations like that.
People do it with some of the Jerry Anderson vehicles as well.
Yeah.
UFO.
Oh, right. Get lower grade ones?
They paint them up in the correct colours.
Oh, right,
Because like the Shadowmobile obviously is green.
Right,
And there are grey ones out there that people have repainted. The Moonbase Interceptor, should be white and red. It's
not
green.
Yeah.
Not green.
So they've done them so they're accurate, screen accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite cool.
They're quite nice, actually.
Yeah,
if I was ever tempted by anything like that, it would be those.
Yeah, just to make these are what they should be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? But yeah, for the restorer, it's heaven, these sorts of shows, isn't it? You wouldn't have to spend a lot to get a load of donor vehicles to play with.
You got the skills.
Yeah, absolutely. I only ever knew one person who did it, and he had like a shoebox full of all his paints and stuff, but he helped us out when we had the shop. We had a James Bond car, which I think the ejector seat was broken.
Right.
And he took it to bits and fixed it for us. Cool. It was just a spring inside, but you had to drill the rivet out to get into it to fix it, and then put it back together, and he did it all for us.
Oh, cool.
And it was one of our book rep friends, which is incredible.
I can remember having a talking Dalek, the 70s talking Dalek that somebody repaired.
Oh, it was probably him. Probably him.
Yeah, it was through you.
An early toy polloi.
yeah, indeed.
It was Chris. He was called. Oh, this is the store that had a few Airfix kits.
I saw
he was the only one with any decent stock.
Airfix 72 up the top there, not that one. The one with the 2 Italian planes. I saw somebody buying that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
that one definitely went.
But yeah, that would have been my friend Chris. He was called. Yeah, he was one of the book reps.
He fixed my talking Dalek.
Yeah, he's a clever chap. Now this stall, we got a bit of footage from here. Really nice stuff. I did ask him about the carded Batgirl there, and he said that was 500 in the end, and he had that Chipperfield set there, which was, he said, about 250. Should have asked him about the X-Men, the 18 rather set there, a set of vans.
Yeah, unusual.
He had quite a mixture of stuff, and he was still putting it out when we were going by, but it was quite nice to see. And one thing he did have was that Thundercats thing in the background.
Yeah,
it's a costume. It's just like a mask and a shield or something.
Like dress up. Yeah,
massive thing. I mean, you can see the size of it there. And he does actually send his son round to lift it up. He said, "Oh, do you want a better look?" Because he saw I was filming.
I see.
And his son there lifted it up. As he says, awkward piece.
Yeah.
But it's
wow.
You see the sun coming in there as well. But it's like a sword, like a hand, like a gauntlet, and a shield, and a mask.
Yeah.
He didn't have a price for it. It was sort of like just not. He'd only recently got it, so he wasn't sure what to put on it. He said so. But unusual. I'd never seen one before.
No,
Now this store was actually great, and he had quality stuff at decent prices.
Right.
So at last, and this is where I spent the lion's share of my money today. Was with this guy. He had some nice stuff. We had a good chat as well.
Yeah, was that
really nice guy. Yeah. Long time Matchbox collector. That's why he's got quite a bit of that on his stall.
Right.
So we had a good chat, and
Is this his stock?
Yeah, I should have picked up one of his cards, but he'll probably be at Shepton next week as well. But I bought 4 of him, so we'll have a look at those in a minute.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
First new Matchbox I've went ages, and it gave me discounts as well. So it's really good, you know. That's what we like, isn't it?
Good.
You know?
Yeah. I picked up about 3 things. Yeah, just smalls.
Okay. Yeah. Well, even I don't know what you bought, so we'll have a look at the end of this video. We've got about 10 minutes or so to go. Yeah, I'm looking at the stalls first, but that's cool.
Whose stall is this?
Oh, I can't remember. Quite reasonable. I don't think it's anyone we know, but it's quite reasonably priced.
A lot of new stuff.
Mm.
Oh, I remember. Yes, it was reasonably priced.
Yeah, days gone.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I think I bought one of those as well. So that was my buys. Just a couple of dealers this time round.
Yeah.
Have bought off this guy in the past,
yes.
but I'd already spent out by now. But they were only £20 each across the board, so the prices were good. But I said I'd pretty much spent my allowance by that point.
Right.
So maybe next week.
Yeah.
You can see the sun coming in here. But this was actually a friend of Purple Haze called Steve. So Steve used to come into the shop every single week, and he was there with his partner, and they watched the channel as well, and they watch us, and they watch Toy Ploy, and he said a lot of these would have come from Purple Haze back in the day.
I guess, yeah.
And there he is,
famous covers. Yeah,
Steve's got a beard nowadays, and there's his partner there. So brilliant. Good to see him. We had a good old chat about the old days, about the 90s. Yeah. And this is our friend who's always down the bottom. He'd finished putting his stall out by now.
Yes, Nick Milford.
Yeah, and he was really busy. He was besieged. I couldn't get near it, you know. So
some nice stuff as always.
Yeah, it was good, good stuff. So he was really busy when I was there.
Oh, good.
People negotiating deals from what I could hear.
Early on, he was telling me he sold a lot of military vehicles.
Is that right?
Yeah, loads of military vehicles. He put them all out, and the guy just said, I'll buy them all.
Wow, really? Yeah, that's interesting.
Deal for the lot. He said, I've got even more at home. He got a job lot of them somewhere.
And that was today, was it?
Yeah, that's today. Right. That's before we got there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were in at 9:30, and the early bird entry is at 8:30.
Yeah.
So we weren't there at the crack of dawn. No. We weren't looking to try and find loads of bargains.
I think he just sold them, and he said, "Well, I've got to fill the space with other stock now on the store."
Well, fair enough, right.
So he was pleased about that.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah. I like to hear the dealers having a good day.
Yeah.
I really do, you know. Yeah. It's going to keep the fairs, healthy.
Yeah.
Really. Certainly speaking to the owners, the runners rather, Kirsty, and that she said, would there be a market to trying to do one in Cornwall? Would people travel down that far?
Yeah.
For us, it would be going down rather than up. But a lot of people do think that the motorway ends pretty much at Exeter.
There's a Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, yeah.
Dancing Charlie.
And I'm not sure where in Cornwall they could do it, but...
There's not many big populations, to be honest.
Never seen these before. Film
I've not
posters
seen this. Seen this.
Film posters and Ladybird books. What a mixture! Eh?
Yeah, I know.
A few film mags and that.
I did have a look at the Alien Vault book there.
Yeah,
quite interesting, but didn't go for it in the end.
Yeah, I mean the posters, they seemed about the right price, and I thought the Ladybird books. There's some rare ones there for sure,
right.
But I wouldn't. I've had some through my hands, but I don't collect them. But they're nice. That some of them are really gorgeous. When beautiful artwork inside and that. Very evocative of when they were published. I see some scarce ones there.
Oh yeah.
That Beaky there. Yeah. Price on application. It is rare. But is the market there? I don't know. Carry on abroad.
All the monsters of the movies. I should have looked at that pile closer. I do have that issue, but I don't have many of those.
There you go.
Missed.
Hindsight. Damn these videos with our hindsight. Yeah. We're heading more towards the end of the stalls now.
Right.
There's not too many to go, but there's a few. This is another pretty nice stall.
Packed with eye candy.
Yeah, absolutely, and well presented again. A little bit too frosted over those ones to have a proper look, but they do the job when you bring
bright
them.
At that point as well.
Yeah, that's it. At peak brightness. Yeah. A few Star Trek figures this time around, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're not going for big money. A little bit of money, but not big. Yeah. There's a lot to collect, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you want to go down that road, which I won't. Yeah. It's a nice original there. Yeah. I still didn't see the price on that. It's actually one that I've got. I've got that one with the horses in, so I just wanted to see what it was. The one behind I haven't got. And once again, he wanted $250 for it. Right. So it wasn't mint enough for that. Okay. You know, I wanted pristine for that sort of money, really. Right. You know. A few comics, wasn't there, again, this time around?
This is Tim's store.
Yeah.
From Exeter.
The prices are not bad either.
Yeah, I didn't get to chat to him today. I missed him. Also some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
A plethoras of figures there.
Yeah.
I think this is the store that's also had some quite nice. Yeah, they had their nice board games. Look at
yes,
those.
They did.
Really nice. I mean, some of these are 100 years old.
Oh, easily.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And they're not expensive. The thing is, they're proper antiques.
Yeah, there's some strange stuff on this store, I think.
Yeah. Oh, game shakers. I think that's what those were. To put your dice in, possibly your die.
Yeah. Nazi figures, anyone?
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah,
those cardboard flat things must be German from the 30s. I suppose.
Yeah. I think I did overhear someone say that they found some Hitler Youth stuff at the show today.
Really?
Really? Yeah. They say couldn't believe it. It could have. So maybe it was from that stall. Some 30s Hitler Youth stuff.
Maybe.
Blimmin' heck.
Maybe there were sort of young. There's like marching young women on it.
Right.
Well,
maybe that's what it was.
Maybe that's what it was.
Blimey.
I didn't inquire about it myself.
No.
Not really my area.
Yeah.
But it's
funny
interesting
what
to
turns
see.
up. Yeah, funny what turns
it
up.
Certainly was produced.
I thought this guy was very reasonably priced. Very reasonably priced.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah. And we're almost at the end now. We end on with Julian, who'd finished setting up by the time.
Yes.
We got round because we weren't right, and he'd only just got there, really, hadn't he?
From Plymouth.
Yeah, and Final Frontier.
Final Frontier.
And he's going to be at Shepton next week, he said.
Yeah.
So he's going to be leaving very early.
Yeah.
As will we, I guess, if we head off there.
Okay.
Which I'm certainly hoping to do.
Good.
So, yeah. Good stuff. Well, I guess, Andy, we ought to have a little look at the goodies that we've picked up.
Yeah.
Because, as is the tradition, we ought to have a little look and see what we got.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We will do that in a second.
Indeed. But there was the show. Well, there we are then. So these are our pickups, Andy. Small, but perfectly formed.
Small but potent.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you want to do yours first then?
Sure. Okay. I see you've got a bunch of Hot Wheels, but they're nothing compared to my little Ferrari here, my orange Ferrari. Go figure.
Right. Yeah.
So if you have a look at the box, I spotted this. This is actually from my friend Julian. I remember these as a kid. I had one or two of these.
Oh well.
They're just little Hong Kong produced racing cars. What do you see? Was it 8 different?
Made in Hong Kong. Yeah, 8 different ones.
8 different. I definitely had one or two. I can't remember if I specifically had this one. We had 3. This was the best condition one, I think. I thought,
This was from Julian, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Zilmex.
Wow.
No idea. Right? But as soon as I saw the box.
So 60s then, yeah?
60s, maybe early 70s.
Early 70s.
I reckon early 70s, yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I saw the box, I thought, rings a bell. And then when I had a better look at the back, definitely.
I remember it well, yeah.
So I picked that up.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
Now, what's this then?
Now I don't usually buy lead figures, but this is actually an advertising character. Sharp's Toffee. He's called Sir Creamy Nut.
Okay, if you say so. He reminded me of the pose of Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, a bit.
A little bit, the pose of it.
I think he's probably from the 30s. Wow. Sharps used him.
It's heavy, you can feel the lead, can't you?
Sharps used him as an advertising character for decades, certainly into
really?
the 50s, maybe into the 60s.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
There's quite a few bits of him. Because he's advertising.
Yeah.
I thought, I like him. He's quite scarce. I think there's one on eBay at the moment. Somebody's asking 150 for.
Really?
Which I think is crazy.
And how much was that one?
It was 50.
50.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I'm undenarmed. I thought, I'm going to pull the trigger on that because I've got I think it's a Sharp stuff. He had ashtray somewhere or something like that. I don't smoke. No. It's a nice little item. And it'll just go nicely with that.
Yeah, okay, that's brilliant. And what's this then?
Just a 60s Hong Kong spaceman. These poses were done in various sizes.
It's nice,
This is a slightly larger one.
Yeah.
I've got a few of these.
Yeah.
These ones with the actual human faces inside.
It's nice, yeah.
Most of the smaller ones aren't like that. They've just got moulded heads.
All right,
But these have got the rounder helmets, a clear visor. There's about 4 different poses. And I've got 6 different colours. And you don't see this one, which is some kind of purpley colour.
Yeah.
So, pleased to get that. I don't generally, I like 60s space stuff. I bang on about it enough over these videos.
Indeed.
But, I just like those. They're a bit bigger. They look better than some of the smaller ones. And I've got about 6 of them now.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, no surprises what I picked up here. I've got 5 Matchbox, new Matchbox cars. Haven't bought any since the last toy fair. I've not bought any off eBay because my cabinet's full up. And I am making some room, hopefully this week. And then I'll have be able to spread them out a bit. So really pleased to get this. It's one I've been after for quite a while. The Nebworth cab over
Kenworth.
Not Nebworth, the Kenworth one rather. Yeah. There we are. It's really unusual for a Matchbox, isn't it? Massive compared to a lot of them as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can actually get anything that would fit in. Looks like you could.
Looks like you can.
They did do the trailers and stuff, and you often see the 2 packs where it would be one that would fit into the back of it on a card and that.
Right.
So that was quite quite nice, that one there. Another fairly big one, which I thought I had this one loose, but when I looked at my list, I haven't. The car transport. These all exist in different permutations of the colours, so I mean, I'm not fussed about that, but just to get one boxed was absolutely fine. This one's quite nice. I think this is the fire chief car, which is funky. Pleased to get that one. It's a really, really nice condition on that. And these, all bar one, are in the they've got that logo that I had. That's my favourite one.
That's really your period, isn't it?
It is my period, although I do like the 60s ones as well. I also bought a Ferrari today, which is this one. Not quite as funky as yours, but it's still very, very nice, and I was pleased to get that one. These are all sort of 70s and early 80s issues, and this is a 60s one, which is the Ford pickup.
That's the more packaging
that you remember. And I do, most of the ones I've been buying recently have been in that packaging, but only the one today. But it's one, I've got it just without, it's loose and there's no back bit on, it's just the truck. So it's missing this plastic bit which does come out. So that was a good upgrade. So I was really pleased with all those. I didn't expect to come away, but there was just, they were all from just 2 dealers in the end. And one guy I bought 4 of them off, and he was really, really friendly and knowledgeable. And I hope he's at Shepton next week, because I might be tempted with a few more, because he had more in his stock that I wanted. But I try and limit myself to a certain amount per toy fair.
Same here.
I could have easily spent twice that.
There were other things I was looking at today, and people didn't take cards.
The usual sort of thing. But we get by, don't we?
Next time.
So, which hopefully will be just in 8 days' time. So Sunday week, which is I can't remember the date now. That will be December the 3rd. December the 3rd. That's correct. Yeah, Sunday, December the 3rd at Shepton Mallet. 240 dealers, a complete sellout.
Wow.
It's going to be great. The last Shepton we went to was packed, wasn't it? It was really good. And we're hoping for the same next week. So if you're there, do come by and say hello, and hopefully we'll get some more goodies then. Brilliant. Well, there you are. I hope you've enjoyed watching that video of Matford Toy Fair. We enjoyed it today as well. If you've enjoyed the video, do please give it the thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already for regular vintage diecast content. And we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.
Bye.